So I remember when the season first started, there was really no expectation. So if you were to tell Washington Commanders fans that they would be sitting at 7-5 right now, they probably would be excited. They probably would be happy. However, after starting the season as well as the Washington Commanders did, and now we're on a 3-game losing skid and a possible chance that us playing postseason football could be in jeopardy, I think this season will be a disappointment if we don't make the playoffs. Let's talk about it. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here in the Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the possibility of the Washington Commanders missing the playoffs after starting the season off 7-2. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you can notify when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you help me reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, Washington, sitting at 7-5 on the season. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Isn't it crazy how things in life change so fast? Washington Commanders was just 7-2. I was just talking my trash every single video, talking about how we could be getting the potential first round bye, hosting a playoff game, just doing all these crazy predictions that we thought we were going to have. And then just like that, we're now on a possible out. We're clinging on to that 7th seed like this right now. And the way Washington is playing football, it went for me from being like, okay, we're gonna beat all these teams down the stretch. Dallas, Tennessee, New Orleans, like that 3 games gonna help us get back right. And then by the time we play Philly again, that could be for the division. Well, now that's not the case because Washington can't even beat a Dallas Cowboys team that don't even want to win. They didn't even want to win, man. They were playing so poor in that game, but we just played poorer. How do you get outcoached by Mike McCarthy? You know what I'm saying? How do you get outplayed by Cooper Rush? But Washington has now went from controlling their own destiny in the division, because that's cooked, to kind of controlling their own destiny in the 7th seed playoffs. We're on the verge of potentially missing the playoffs if we don't win some of these games coming up down this stretch. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm no longer confident. Like, I'm telling you, after we lost that Eagles game, I'm like, okay, man, we good, bro. Like, we're going to eventually get back right. This 10 days off is going to help us. And we're going to get back right. And we're going to beat Dallas. We're going to beat Tennessee. We're going to beat New Orleans. And we're off to a bad start already because we lost to Dallas. And then, not to mention, Tennessee just knocked off the Houston Texans, and they played very well in that game. And Will Levis played very well in that game. So, just 2.5 weeks ago, I'm thinking this is a guaranteed victory. I don't even know now at this point. You look at New Orleans, they're playing much better football with their interim head coach. Right? I don't even know anymore. However, I do want to say Washington still has a very, very good chance to make the playoffs. Again, like I said, we control our own destiny at this current moment. However, when you look at these upcoming games, just like I said 2.5 weeks ago, we were looking at it as, hey, man, hey, these are guaranteed wins or easy wins. I was guaranteeing victories. Now I'm back to my old self where I don't know anymore. I don't really have confidence. I'm really just going to sit and watch instead of just predicting or just being at ease like, oh, we got this. We good. How I was early on in the season. Mention that New Orleans Saints team, since firing their head coach, Dennis Allen, they have won, I believe, 2 out of their 3 games. They beat they beat the Falcons, and they beat the Browns. And they're on a 2-game winning streak. So that game may not be as much of a layup as I once thought. And Washington is now, with the loss to Dallas, now falls to 7-5, and now is in the wild card hunt and having to cling on to that 7th seed. And look, that 7th seed, we have the advantage. We have the the opportunity to hold on, but teams like Arizona is right behind us. But the good thing about Arizona is that we already beat them, so we don't necessarily have to do anything but finish with a better record, or at worst tied with Arizona. Then after that, you got Tampa Bay, and really, those are the only two teams that I feel are threats to potentially losing that 7th seed. Now, I will say, if San Francisco can get hot at some point, if they could get hot down the stretch, if they go on the road, or I don't know if it's at home or on the road, wherever, if they beat the Buffalo Bills, I could see the San Francisco 49ers getting hot, and not only potentially winning their division, but potentially climbing back into this NFC wildcard race. Now, I will say, let me go ahead and pull it up for you so you can see. I will say, Washington sitting at 7-5. We have a game and a half lead over the Cardinals because we're one game better than them, and we already beat them. So we really don't have to worry about Arizona. Tampa Bay, not so on the other hand, because they already beat us, right? And they're going to be jockeying for potential division winning crown, because the NFC South is not that good in my opinion. So the Bucks are going to be trying to win that division, but if not, they could climb into the 7th spot if we continue to slip and fall. See, that's the good thing about it, that we're sitting at, although we're on the verge of potentially being missing the playoffs after starting 7-2, we still control our fate. Now, if we go out there and lose to Tennessee on Sunday, then that's when we start to say, hey, we no longer control what we do. Because although we have a game and a half lead over Arizona right now, if they go out on Sunday and win, and we win, but then we have our bye week after this game on Sunday, and then the Cardinals win, we're now tied for the 7th seed. So we went from just worrying about us to now, yeah, we still will have to worry about us, but now we have to watch other games closely and root for other teams to beat other potential candidates, when it wasn't like that. Now, I know some people are going to be like, hey, Juan, I'm excited either way. We started 7-2. We won 7 games. It's better than what we did last year. That would be different if we started off the season, slow. If we started the season slow, we started off the season kind of like how the Broncos did, and we were 7-5 right now, it would feel much different. But after you start the season 7-2 and you have expectation to make the playoffs, and not only make the playoffs but make a run, and now you fall off of a cliff, no pun intended, it's a different kind of feeling. I would not feel successful this season if we missed the playoffs. I would not feel confident about this season if we missed the playoffs, because we started so good. We built up enough equity for us to have a couple of losses like this, but to be able to bounce back. So it's less about the losses in 7-5 for me, and more about us not being able to get over this hump. Because yeah, 7-5, okay, cool. But you telling me you can't beat Tennessee, you can't beat New Orleans, you can't beat Philly, you can't beat Dallas? Who can you beat? I fully expect us to beat Tennessee. Although I'm not really confident in our ability, it's just hard for me to believe that a 3-8 team Tennessee you would lose to at home. But again, you lost to a 3-7 Dallas team. Now I get it; it's a division game, so it's different. But I don't know, man. I want to say I believe, because I do, and I love this team, and I want to say we're gonna make the playoffs. But I'm back to my old self, where if we lose to this team, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked if we lost to the Tennessee Titans, or if we somehow missed the playoffs at this point, because we're on the verge. We're on the verge. We went from controlling everything, division, potential trying to get that 1 seed in first round, to now clinging on to the 7th seed. And again, the 7th seed, we have a gap. Don't get me wrong. And I don't want this title to mislead you all to think that I feel like Washington is not going to make the playoffs. I'm just being honest and real. We're now to the point where Washington is in trouble, and they could be on the verge of missing the playoffs due to the losses that they have suffered and the teams behind them. Arizona, let's go ahead and take a look actually quickly at Arizona's schedule, because I feel as though they lost 16-6 to the Seahawks. That was a blow right there. Because they would have had like a 2-game lead in that division. Now they lost. They're all are 6-5. That being Arizona and Seattle. So Arizona, they have, I want to say, the Vikings coming up. Ooh, that's gonna be a big game. I honestly think if Minnesota wins that game, I'm not gonna say that pushes Arizona's playoff chances out because they'll still be in the division, but that pushes, in my opinion, their chances to get the 7th seed lower, and especially if we win. So honestly speaking, we just need the Cardinals to lose one game. And they have a schedule of the Vikings, the Seahawks, the Patriots, the Panthers, the Rams, and the 49ers all coming up here. So they have 1, 2, 3 division games left out of these final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games left in the season. So really, Arizona just has to lose one game out of this stretch, because if they lose this game versus Minnesota and we win, that kind of gives us that gap that we're going to need, since we're not going to play on the following Sunday. We'll be on our bye week finally. So really, we're Minnesota Vikings fans this weekend, if you ask me. As far as Tampa Bay, they got Carolina this week, and honestly, I don't think Carolina's a walk in the park anymore. They played much better since Bryce Young came back in the lineup. They nearly beat the Kansas City Chiefs, took them to the wire. And Tampa Bay, although they're coming off of a very good victory versus the New York Giants, it's the New York Giants. It's Carolina Panthers team beat this New York Giants team, and it's a division game. So I could very well see Carolina upsetting Tampa Bay, and I'm tempted to pick them to do so. But hey, man, all I can say is continue to watch, continue to support the team, continue to believe, because we're not out of it. We are the 7th seed, and I do think we have a solid chance to still make the playoffs. We have at this current moment, a 63% chance to make the playoffs. And I remember the weeks where it was like 90 plus or 80 plus. And now we have a 63% chance of making the playoffs. And if we win, it boosts us up to 71% chance. I will say this, and let me know how you guys feel about this down below in the comment section if you want to comment on this. I do not believe in the Packers. Now, let me know if I'm tripping, and let me know if I'm just being not biased. I don't have anything towards the Packers, but just let me know if I'm being wrong. I don't believe in what the Packers are selling. Same with Minnesota. Like, I know Minnesota has a very, very good defense, and they'll probably hold on to one of these wild card spots. More likely than not, they'll probably hold on to the 5 seed, unless they could still win the division. If Detroit slips up here, and I do think Detroit may have a chance to slip up. Down the stretch, because they have a lot of division games, but I still think Detroit's going to win that division. But I'm not buying what the Packers or Vikings are selling right now. So, although my odds is just set on 7 at this point, just get me in the playoffs, get me in the dance, I would love nothing more to move up to 6 or potentially 5 to get a better matchup, because I ain't going to lie to you. I don't know if I want Philly right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point of the playoff season, Philly's probably going to be coming in hot. Matter of fact, you know what? Forget what I was about to say. Man, just get me in a dance. I ain't even going to go down that road, because I don't even need to be predicting about, oh, when we make the playoffs, or if we make the playoffs, this is who I want. Just get me in a dance. We not good enough to be talking about, oh, what we want. So, scratch what I was about to say. More of the story is, though, I don't believe what the Packers and Vikings are selling, and Washington, we still control our own destiny, but we could be in some big trouble if we don't get it together soon. And the reason why this title of this video is us being in trouble is because my confidence level is shot. 2 weeks ago, I guarantee victory versus Dallas, versus Tennessee, versus New Orleans. Now, after losing to Dallas in the fashion that we did, and the way the Titans are coming in, after beating the Texans and Will Levis playing as good as he did, there's a chance we lose this game. I don't think we are, but I didn't think we would lose to Dallas. So, hey, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe, be easy. Peace.